It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 101.9, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
Sir Pizza, whose 3 Murfreesboro locations offer a huge selection of mouthwatering pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and wings. Order your favorite pizza online at sirpizzatn.com. Danny Brewer, we're back with you now. Extremely pleased. We've got Siegel Mastermind, Adam Renshaw, across the table from us. Coach, how are you this morning?
Certainly don't feel like a mastermind, but I appreciate it.
Well, you know, Coach, the thing about it is, I was just talking with Floyd Walker about this. You know, as a coach, you do what you do. You prepare, you work your tail off, you got this game plan, everything looks like it's going to be great, but then it comes down to execution. And the kids have to do it, and it's one of those things where sometimes it doesn't always work out the way you want it to.
Yeah, well, you know, and at the end of the day, it's my job to have them ready, and I think it's always important that I own that and realize that going into every ball game and at the end of every ball game. When it turns out well, there's a lot of people that want to pat you on the back. Well, the opposite of that is true. And, you got to own that as a coach. And I felt like last night I needed to have them ready to play, and I should have done a better job.
Well, last night come up a little bit short, 21-14 at Rockvale, big region game. Let's talk a little bit about it. I think they jumped out on you guys, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They were up 21-0. We had uncharacteristically, we had a few defensive busts, and they had a great game plan, got up on top of us, and man, they got some really good players too. I think the quarterback played really well. Had 2 receivers played really well, and then we look up, it's 21-0, and we're fighting like crazy to get back in the ball game.
Because defensively speaking, I mean, you guys have been pretty daggum good this year.
Oh, yeah. And, we were last night also. Holy cow, Mason Grissom played an outstanding game at inside linebacker, forced a fumble, had over 10 tackles. Another great game by Nate Hand. Delvion Ewing at corner played really well. We had a guy, William Santel comes off the bench, makes a huge interceptions, makes some huge tackles in the game. It's just, trying to get caught up from our mistakes in the first quarter.
And so, realistically, when you think about it, I mean, if you take the first quarter away, because was it 21-0 at after the first quarter at the half?
I believe at the first quarter. We scored 7 in the second quarter.
Okay.
So it was 21-7 at halftime.
So after the first quarter, it's 14-0 Siegel. I mean, you got to be pleased at least with 3 quarters played, but it's a 4-quarter game.
Well, we kind of played our typical scrappy brand of football after that. I mean, it's not clean, it's not pretty, but we play good special teams, good defense. We kind of grind you out offensively. Honestly, I thought we may have played our best offensive game last night. I thought Justin Rimkus had a good game at quarterback. Braylon Albee had a tremendous game at running back, had some big runs. And, 5 minutes left. 1 minute left in the ball game. We're inside the 5-yard line trying to tie the ball game.
Well, Coach, I mean, you got to be pleased with the fight that your team had because, like I said, down 21-0 the first quarter, and then you still were right there at the end of the game with a chance to tie it up and maybe send it into overtime.
Yeah, 100%. And I think and we were playing for overtime. We felt like, we wanted to get there. The lesson is, in this league, you always got to step on the field ready to play. And, I don't know that we I don't know that we weren't exactly unprepared, but I definitely think, we had some mental busts that cost us at the beginning of the ball game.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Braylon Albee, a Smyrna Ready mix, solid performer of the game. I think he had both your touchdowns, right?
Yes,
one
sir.
Receiving and one rushing.
Yes.
So what class is that kid?
Oh, he's a senior.
He's a senior.
Yeah.
Senior leader, obviously, for the team, and I got to be proud of him and what he's doing.
He's grown up so much in our program, and just this year he's come into it with the right frame of mind, shown tremendous leadership. He showed tremendous leadership last night, and, and he, a kid that's went through some heartbreak and fighting through some struggles, and, he's just a tremendous example of a quality man in our program.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about your line, the guys in the trenches. I know you've got one really large kid. He's a junior, I think, and he's done it. I watched him whenever I saw you guys play. I've kind of focused in on him and done a really good job, and the kid's really developing.
Hard not to see him.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
No, Princeton Wafo, tremendous, and you watched the film before coming in here this morning. He had a tremendous game last night, as did our left guard, Bennett Morris, our center, Ryan Bradley's fighting through some injury. But, no, you're right. Princeton, I mean, he's just a dude. And, there's a lot of times there's no secret where we're going, and a lot of the game plans reflect his ability. And, the coolest thing about Princeton, though, is he's such a humble kid, and he's such a hard-working kid. He's got a big heart. Tremendous family, and it's fun to watch Princeton play football.
Well, you're absolutely right. It's hard not to see him because I mean, when you before the game, if you're seeing the warm-ups, all that stuff, and you're like, whoa, this kid's a mountain, but he plays like a mountain too.
Well, and that's the thing. Like when you watch him, like he moves. He's agile. He's got great hip bend. He's what a lot of these guys look for to play football on Saturday, but again, even more than his football ability, he's just a great kid, and he loves his teammates. There's absolutely no ego to the kid, and he's really turning into a leader on our football team.
And he's a junior, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well that's a really good thing about him.
Yes, sir. Amen.
Okay, so Coach, let's turn the page a little bit. You still got your destiny in your own hands, I feel like, because lots of region games to play still. So let's talk about what you got coming up. This week is a non-region game. You step out of region this Thursday. Clarksville's at home or away?
That is home, and it's a quick game. We play on Thursday night. There's a 7:30 kickoff to allow for travel. But it's a big game. And, the thing is we got to there's several lessons to be learned from this football game, and we're at a point, going into week 7 that, football teams that are mature don't stop growing. And I think the danger with football teams this time of year is they say, well, we kind of are what we are, and we're going to ride this thing out. And, my challenge to our football team and our football community is, hey, we got a good football team here. And like you said, our destiny's in front of us right here. Let's go to work on it. And we got some exciting football games left to play. And honestly, I can't wait to leave here and go to work on it.
Well, new week, new challenge, right?
Amen.
Because you have to, and that's one of the things I think you're right. It can get lost in the shuffle where people think, well, we are where we are, but you don't have to be.
Yeah, well, football season never ends now.
You're right. You're absolutely, that's absolutely true.
And so, it takes a lot of mental toughness to stay plugged in throughout a football season. Now, I think back when I played, we worked out, but we didn't. It wasn't a 365-day deal, and I think in Rutherford County, it most certainly is. And so, I think it's important that you have kids that are bought in, not just to your football program, but bought into football and understand the rigors and understand what goes on in a 6A football season. And I mean, it's, I'm not worried about our guys because I feel like we got quality men and they've been through this before, but we definitely have to come in and learn from the film and get better from this.
Competitive nature of this district, quality men, I think you're absolutely right. That's one of those things where it can help you grow these young men into good adults, correct?
100%, and I mean, if you watch our film, last night our kids had tremendous character. I mean, we had 2 huge goal line stands. We had an interception in the end zone, and there was a fumble into the end zone that we forced and recovered. And, I would, don't get me wrong, I'm heartbroken. I would have liked to have played better football last night, but also I know I got kids I can depend on.
And that means a lot. And so from all these things you're telling me, you can't be super disappointed. You fought back, all these positives. So now it's just time to build off those positives as you head into a non-district game of Clarksville, because even though it's non-district, it still can be a huge building block.
Yeah, no doubt. And, I think the tough thing as a coach is, So many people are working so hard. Shoot, I watched our band last night. Our band's got a huge band competition on our campus today, and they worked all afternoon. They got on a bus. They came and cheered us on, and then, man, I get there at 7 o'clock this morning, and they're out there working again, and so there's just you never want to let people down. And, as a coach, that the group you mainly don't want to let down is your kids. And so, our job is to go in there and teach them how to be men this week and do the best we can, get a win Thursday night.
Some of the beauty of high school football, you mentioned the band. I mean, that's one of the things I love about high school football is, the band's playing and there's all this spirit and all that stuff. What are the beauties of high school football, you feel like?
Yeah, no doubt. And, I just love our Siegel community. And they're in there, they hang in there with us, and we got a lot of positive people. And, again, the tough part on me is I hate feeling like I've let anybody down. But I'm going to keep fighting. These boys are going to keep fighting. These coaches are going to keep fighting. And, we're going to enjoy another football game Thursday night.
Coach Renshaw, you're not letting anybody down because you got your heart in it. You're doing the right things. The stars are shining at Siegel. If you want to see a good football game, head over there Thursday night, 7:30 kickoff.
7:30.
So that gives you a little bit of extra time to get on over and enjoy some Siegel Stars football. Coach, we appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Ideas Tees, who will be happy to help you fulfill all of your imprinted apparel, embroidery, and advertising specialty needs. Find out more at ideastees.com.